quiet, sunny, or a rainy day, I can listen to K Rene. Topics of the day: why sex don't match the love, our relationship sucks, why the boys play, experience immaturity, politics and currency gains, economics, Spotify it, you can find it, sign of the times for the deaf, dumb and blind. Don't miss it, call the number one, state your name and what's your interest. K Rene, K Rene, K Rene, K Rene, K Rene.
What up? What up? Yo, I am feeling the rock. The rock. Can you smell? Psych. I don't even fuck with The Rock no more, for real. I'm so mad at him for that bitch shit he did on WWE or whatever they're calling it now, whatever the children are calling it. You know, I did watch WWE, like I said, long time ago. But anyway, that's not what the fuck I came over here. Good morning, everybody. What's up? It's your favorite podcast host, the one with the mostest and got all these damn shows and can't, you know, get that Riddle Me This back up yet, but that's okay. We're coming back. We gotta take a pause for the cause. And shit, we got enough content out there right now for y'all to rock into. Get it? Rock into it. So yeah, man. Anyway, good morning. I hope you all are enjoying your Monday. I mean, for those of you who just started, like mine, it's 8:23. You know, and it's early, but you know, my day always starts early. It starts early every day. I feel like I get up the same time, but that's not what I came over here to talk to you all about. This is something I wanted to introduce. All right. And I was like, you know what do you do the majority of your week, Kel, and your weekends, especially like whether you are childless or not, you're into your shows. So I wanted to bring you all something different, something new. And I'm going to work out little kinks and things of that nature. I'm going to find a different little theme, you know, or maybe not. You know, maybe I should keep it because it's a signature for me. You know, it goes into pretty much all of my shows except for one, which is the Riddle Me This live show. So again, you guys can definitely subscribe to this page to be alerted to different content because I am a hostess of the mostest. I have my hands in different little pots over here. So I am K Rene and welcome to the channel. I do a podcast called the K Rene Show and I have switched over gears. I, you know, basically was doing more of the audio and everything. And then I was also double timing over here. So I was like, let me knock all of that out and just come and do everything live. So I do the live show, which is basically a show for single women mid-age, dating, not dating, trying to date, trying to just, you know, get your feet wet again, maybe not your feet, but you know what I mean? Got to read in between the lines over here with YouTube because I have been noticing that you gotta be real careful now, you know, how you post things and how you title things. So that's a very fun show, intimate conversations that I have either as far as within me hosting for myself or just, you know, I do have special guests that will join me like the creative Camille. And she is on here as well with the Riddle Me This live show, along with the Distance podcast. So that is, of course, Treese Cuz and Zebo Jones. And they come over and they, you know, host with me on Sundays, but it's like every other Sunday. But like I said, we're taking a time out and a pause for the cause. Good morning, whoever is joined. And I also do afternoon thoughts on a random, which basically I just, you know, go down a rabbit hole, different little thoughts that I be having in my head. And they really not, you know, for the podcast. So I'm like, you gotta keep that shit separate. So I was like, yeah. So let me, spin the block off of that and then do something different, which again, you just get to kind of get a little bit of a inside of my brain and how it works throughout the work day, because I'm always working during the day. So this is when I have the most energy, as I've noticed. And I also now, as I'm drum rolling, this is a new segment, and it is called K Rene Presents K Rene's Screen Scene. Now, this is going to be something I've been thinking about doing this for a long time. And then I've pushed it off on the back burner, and then it resurfaces back into my brain, and then I push it back off on the back burner. And then it came back around again for me, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna do it. So I am here. Now, this is something that I really want to share the space with others. So again, like I said, this is a nice little soft launch as far as me rolling it out, and I'm doing it again this morning. And I am a TV queen. And so for those of you who are new to the channel, make sure you go down and subscribe so that you can, again, be here. So when this shit drops, you will be like, oh, okay, here we go back down the rabbit lanes with her. But yeah, what I'm saying is this. I love TV. I love a binge worthy show. I am a nostalgia queen. I go back into like my 80s bag, 90s bag of movies, some of the 99, the 2000s. And, I talk about different shows and what you should be looking at in some of my other shows. And so I was like, you know what? Because I know these movies and shows so well, and I'm like a library for shows. Like if you came to me and were like, what could I watch that's kind of scary, but not really, but it also gives me comedy, I'm like the Rolodex in my head, like, oh, okay, so you want to watch like Nightmare on Elm Street. You have sarcasm, it's funny, it's not that bad, it's old school scary. You get what I'm saying? So, other than that, I would never, and I will never be that person that will tell you to go and watch Poltergeist, because that's not my favorite, because I never got through the movie. And my parents, being the parents that I have, they took me when I was 5. True story. We went, and we would do those little things like little movies and stuff, as a family. That's what you did in the 80s. You went out as a family. And I think I was fine. It was weird, the beginning parts, but when it got to the part where the clown just disappeared off the fucking dresser, and I, being the child I was, terrified of clowns, and I was like, where the fuck did that clown go? And then the switch scenes for the little boy being fucking choked out by the clown, and he was like, hey, and I was like, nah, the clown looks evil now. I was crawling up my father's whole body, like, we gotta get out of here, so no clowns for me and no more Poltergeist. So I will never, as the 45-year-old woman I am, because I'll know when it's coming. And again, it's based off of like true shit on real grounds, where ain't half of the people, the actors and actresses, like everybody's not alive after that movie. Like everybody, not to say they died right after, but I'm saying, dun, 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 like it ain't good look, because yes, I think there's 2 main actresses or actors from that movie that's still alive today. So other than that, I'm going to talk shit. I got shows I wanted to kind of break in, and just like I said, this is a soft launch, it's like soft, like how you go watching like a CSI episode and there's softly, a sex scene of some sort, everybody ain't naked, but this is how soft we're gonna get. We're gonna be soft right here. So I wanted to kind of open this up a little bit to the shows that a newbie that is on, if you will. Also, another that came back around for a second season, which was questionable because we weren't sure if they were gonna keep going as far as in the franchise. And then another, which is a fave of mine, which is in season 3 right now. And so I know, again, I'm going to come back with others. What I will say is I want to just basically go ahead and, own up and spit it out. I'm late. I am so late, and I'm angry at the fact that I'm late with it. But I just recently started watching Sex and the City, and people have told me so many years ago, like, you gotta watch it, and then 2 of my friends were saying that I reminded them of like the couple of the characters, and I was like, all right, now I'm curious because I want to see. I want to see, like, who am I to you all? So yeah, it's an easy watch. It's quick. They're on Netflix. I do have Max, so I'm, it's connecting, of course, with HBO, whatever. But just saying, like, it goes really fast for me, and they're easy watches, and they're different little, spinning stories of all the 4 of them. So yeah, but Kim Cattrall's character, she is a hell. Like, I mean, I was like, I hope they wasn't meaning like I reminded them bits and pieces of her, because that ain't me. Because she be wild for the night anytime. It don't matter. But I like Carrie. I like the fact, she's this journalist and she gets into topics, and it reminds me of me being within podcasting and topics, especially from my earlier seasons. So if you're curious, you can always go back there. Now, listen, I don't have the theme music. I don't have the theme music. Okay. So I'm going to do this shit by mouth because I watch this shit. So I should know it, but I'm not going to like sing and do shit. So the 3 that I wanted to break down today is Beyond the Gates. Now, I know for those people out there in soap opera world or working from home like me and been seeing the hype, and that it's, a predominantly all Black cast as far as for soap opera, and they haven't had this in like 20 years as far as a soap opera being like, people of color. And they have a nice mixture of, all races throughout. But again, it's about a Black family, the Duprees. And it recently, like I said, just started. It started February 24th, as far as for me to know, to get the date correct. And I'm like, yep. Thank you, mouse pad with the calendar. So it started on February 24th. A couple of actors that we've seen, like Bill is the guy that used to be in Queen Sugar. And he was like kind of like an ass in that one too, and he's definitely an ass in this one as well. But other than that, I'm not a soap opera person, and even though my channel stays on CBS all day because it's my new coworkers, because again, you just want that background chatter. But yeah, so the song bing bing ding ding. Okay, so first of all, my mom was like, she hates the theme song, and I'm like, it's kind of catchy, in its own way, so let me talk about the fact how Clifton Davis is in this. Y'all remember Amen? Shine like a heaven, no, shine on me. You remember Ruben? Yes, Clifton Davis. He looks good though for his age. I will say that. He's like 79. He's 79 years old. And my mom had gave me a backstory. He used to have some kind of like variety show or whatever, or like a singing show. And then he also wrote some shit for Michael Jackson. Michael, you ain't telling me that shit. But anyway, yeah, so he's in it. So he plays the father. Tamara Tooney is Anita Dupree. That's his wife. And she is someone, she was on was it Young and the Restless? Brain freeze. Okay, so she was on a soap opera a long time ago, and she has also acted on like Law and Order. So she came back spinning the block, of course. So she's not new to soap opera world. Like she's been here before. And then you have Daphne Duplex, who plays Nicole Dupree. And she plays a doctor with her husband. They have their own little practice and everything like that. Yes, I do have people's names typed out because then I will forget. Carla Mosley is Danny. Danny's a fucking nutcase, okay? And Danny, she just can't get over the fact that her man, Bill, which is playing as far as within her ex-husband, he played Davis. He was Davis in Queen Sugar. So again, they like him, got him in another asshole position here, and as far as an actor playing a role. But anyway, she is spiraling, so she can't get over the fact that, like, you know, he don't want her no more, and he's about to marry the lady that used to be an assistant to her that was introduced by the daughter, and it's just a whole fucking clusterfuck once this shit gets started. So this is how they're rolling out the story. It's very like quick, like everybody is already drama going on. Here we go. Sean Freeman, Timon Duray. I think that's the guy, Timon Duray, who's the one that plays Clifton. Then they got this other little girl who, you know, again, they're little side subject people. Now, the thing is, you don't see all the characters in every episode, which again is just kind of like how they do the soap operas, which I get it. But you know how you get something to eat and it's just like something is missing. Something's missing here. I don't know. And I don't want to say this. I don't want to call it, y'all, but I don't see it lasting very long. I don't. And I feel like, you know, as me, I'm watching this shit because I'm supporting. Okay? I'm supporting. And plus, I got CBS on all day. So I'm like, yo, okay. You don't fuck with the Young and the Restless, but I know if I turned my head to be like, oh shit, you know, I would know what's kind of going on. So I was like, you know what? Let me try to get into this a bit. So I'm watching it, but it is something missing. I don't know. It's giving me stage play vibes right now. It's giving me like Tyler Perry. And actually, they had it on BET where they were running like the repeats, and they had taken a break because of the March Madness, which is taking over right now on CBS. So now I think it's all about the Sweet 16. I don't know, but I can tell you that's what I'm not fucking watching. I'm not watching that shit. I don't give a fuck who's going to the dance. The dance is over when they done dancing. 16, the final 8, the final 4. I mean, I know breakdowns because I used to watch sports like that. But I'm just saying, I don't care. So they haven't been on. So with that being said, yeah, it's moving fast. It's moving a bit fast. And like I said, it's something missing. I don't like April. She's a ding dong head. Yeah, so like I said, it's got its parts. It is drama. And I felt like, again, I owed it to them that I should give them a try. So I'm trying it out. And so if you've watched or you in it to win it with them, please let me know. Comment, let me know. Leave me a little, hey, what up, peoples? What it do? Yep, early in the morning. What up, Trees? Good morning. Good morning, Zebo. That's how you support your peeps. So anyway, if you're watching this shit, let me know. Leave me a comment. Because I want to know, do you think it's going to have longevity? And I'm comparing the notes from it as far as looking at how Young and the Restless is set up, and General Hospital is still on, and that's on ABC. But just saying, I don't know about Beyond the Gates. Now, let's go to my second, which is more so within the first I wanted to roll out of being like one of my top favorites right now. 1923. Yes, Taylor Sheridan does it a fucking again. We thought that 1923 was going to only be one season, just like was it? It's 1888. Don't we're not doing it because I didn't write notes for that. But there's another prequel to this. Okay. And Yellowstone basically comes from all of this. So that theme music, first of all, they don't have nobody singing anyway, and neither does Beyond the Gates. But I don't know. It makes me very like, I don't know. It'd be the pictures and the music, and I'd be like in it, like I could just cry. But yes, I'm very sensitive inside. I'm like a gummy bear. I'm very hard on the outside, but I'm really soft in the inside. Like I'm like, so anyway, enough of that. But 1923. So you know what? I've been fucking up. I have. But you know what? Let me tell you how I fuck up all the time. Because that's what I do. All right. So I wanted to show these motherfuckers when I was talking about these motherfuckers when I was listening. The fact of these characters. So you see the setting, like it's very you can see like they are bougie. And I get, like I said, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm spinning the block back because I'm a little high. So I'm listen, because it's morning and I like mornings. But anyway, it's my show. You can see the setting. They have a country club. They live beyond the gates. Again, it's in a rich neighborhood with mansions, many mansions, and you got to be a certain person to be able to get clearance to live beyond the gate, inside the gates. But their life happens beyond the gates, and that is exactly the setting. So this is how it started. This is again how everybody came into the scene. Very country club for the blacks. Showing that black people can have wealth, just like those people we see, of course, on Young and the Restless. Now, let me get to goddamn 1923. Now, I don't know if y'all remember or you watch Game of Thrones, but Game of Thrones, basically, if you did, the guy over within the vest, that is Sir Bronn, the black from Blackwater. Sir Bronn, not from Blackwater, my bad, but Sir Bronn. So anyway, he was, again, the one that fought for Tyrion so Tyrion could get free from Lysa. Remember her? That crazy bitch that had the castle with the moon door and was pushing motherfuckers off of that. Look at my man fucking Harrison Ford. Now, y'all know Harrison Ford from motherfucking Star Wars. You know him from Indiana Jones. He was my fave Han Solo. From Star Wars, that is my shit, and that's where I'm from, and that's the era. But 1923, again, like I said, is the backstory of the Duttons, and within how the Irish came over within to America, and they started within the ranch, and again, where the Indians are still a part of within the land. And it has always still been that ongoing fight of being that the Indians, basically, it is their shit. Okay, they found it first. But there's also stories within how they were trying to change the Indian culture as far as for, raising the Indian women and the girls, the young girls, into being Americanized, reading the Bible. And so there's one that has escaped and she is on the run. And they got now, of course, the sketch artist, which has printed all these pictures, and they're looking for her. A fucking priest with this black old fucking black robe shit on and this racist motherfucking other cop with him on fucking horseback. So it's all about the Duttons. It's again continuing as far as within again the second season. So Spencer's now trying to get home. His family has wrote him, a telegraph, which is Helen Mirren, who is playing his auntie. Okay, Helen Mirren is playing Cara Dutton. We love Helen Mirren, okay? You know her from The Crown. You know her from other movies as well, just within the auntie of the white side of the family. And I mean auntie. But also she was in Fast and Furious saga movies as well as, the mother for her rich-ass children. And they was causing lots of thievery and shit like that. You remember? She stole the jewels. But anyway, Helen Mirren, I'm loving it. Harrison Ford, that's Jacob Dutton. Brendan Skellner, he's the one that's all in this bullshit now where he's being questioned with that Blake Lively, lawsuit going on, but he is Spencer and he's trying to get back, okay? And he's Kara and Jacob's nephew. And he found a wife. She plays Alexandra. They call her Alex. Julia Schaffler. That's where we're going to go. Yeah, so they, again, y'all get in. I'm telling you, this is my Sunday night watch. Even though you can stream it if you have Paramount Plus, you can see it earlier than that. But other than that, this is my go-to on Sunday nights. Again, Beyond the Gates, Monday through Friday, 2 p.m. This is me on Sunday night, okay? And I love the Duttons all because of the fact that I'm a Yellowstone girl, and I've seen Yellowstone a fucking 1,000 times as far as within the seasons over, because you miss shit, you know, you got to watch it over. But I definitely recommend this show. But if you are going to watch it, I would definitely recommend that you go back within the backstory. It's probably 1882. That's probably what it is. Don't quote me on that. Like I said, I didn't write the notes for that show today. That's not what I was talking about. So, like I said, go check it out. And then watch Yellowstone, then come back and do 1923, because this is going to show you where John's parents came from. And if you fucked with Yellowstone, you was fucking with John Dutton, the Duttons, then you're going to definitely fuck with this. So I definitely give this one up for y'all. All right. My Friday night watch, which is again, season 3. Dun, 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 dun. It was cool. It was viral. Nothing broke. Yellow Jackets. These girls right here. Yellow Jackets. It's a psychological thriller, and it follows a high school girls soccer team after a plane crash in the wilderness in their lives 25 years fucking later. How did they make it out of this motherfucking wilderness? Okay. Now, Melanie Linsky, she plays Shauna Sadecki, and her younger version of her is the one that's to the left, which is right here. And that's, again, Shauna. Melanie Linsky ain't no newbie to the game, all right? She's a brilliant actress. She's great. Sophie Nalise is who's playing her younger version, and Tawny Surprise, which is Tasia. And this is what they nickname call her Ty. And she is like the captain of the soccer team, but she actually is the most one that's really more batshit crazy than anybody else, okay? And that's Jasmine Savoy Brown, which is the teen Tasia. So what they do is they time jump and go from one side of another, which basically, again, is, showing you the younger version of how they were surviving in the woods to their older version of how they basically are now as they are out of the woods. So season 1 definitely shows you within the beginning as far as how you have the whole team pretty much and how everything happened. And as they were traveling on their way to the Nationals, and they basically, again, they did not make it. The plane went down, and then it was all about survival mode and tactics from there. Now, the last episode that just aired, which was Friday, was basically the episode showing you that other people are actually in the woods. And there's these 3 people, 2 of them, which were like scientists doing research on frogs. And they had a person that was more of a guide that knew the wilderness to lead them through. And things went really kind of all the way to fuck bad, okay? So just to let you know, it took a nosedive really quick and very fast, and it got really fucked up. And so therefore, you definitely need to check it out. Now, I've been told other people who have watched it, they didn't really like it, or they do fuck with it. It reminds them of Lord of the Flies. Now, let me explain. I have never seen Lord of the Flies. Heard about it, but didn't watch it. So leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. If you are watching as far as Yellow Jackets, does it give you Lord of the Flies vibes? Let me also know if you are also watching the prequel to the Yellowstone of the Duttons with Harrison Ford and Helen Mirren. And let me know if you really enjoy it and you like it. I can't wait to see what's happening next week. This episode that just passed, They fucking with my girl Alex. That's the second time somebody tried to rape her up and fuck her over, and she fucked them over better than she could have ever have done. So Alex is strong, and she's pregnant. She's like 3.5, 4 months pregnant, and she's just trying to get to her husband. And she's on the train, and she was arrested, and now she's not. So she's traveling with this couple that's in Chicago, because again, nobody travels to Montana during the winter because it's always snow. And she's just trying to get back to her husband, who he's on his way home to his auntie and his uncle, which is Harrison and Helen, because he got to help them fight to protect the ranch, because these motherfuckers, which is Timothy Dalton's character, is trying to take over and build shit up and be like, yeah, we're going to push them the fuck out, and we're going to have a ski resort in the fucking middle of this shit. And they like, fuck you. So they need Spencer to get home, and Spencer's a war hero, so he can handle this shit, like probably by himself. But both of him and his wife are going through the most treacherous times, and she's just becoming more stronger day by day, protecting that baby, trying to get to him in Montana as he's even trying to get to his family. And so time is of the essence right now for their characters. As far as Beyond the Gates, we're just going to have to keep finding out to see if Danny going to get herself together, stop drinking underneath the fucking gun in the table, and let that nigga go. You know, like, fuck him. Fuck your ex-husband. He with that trash girl, and she ain't trash, though. She a paralegal. But, I mean, she's smart. But just saying, like, it's the pattern. Come on, honey. Like, you can see what's happening. And stop sleeping with your nephew on your other side of the family. Like, that's messy as it is, like, by marriage. Like, no, that's still family, and you fucking your nephew, that's by marriage. Like, that is some crazy shit. So yeah, the whole family is wild, and they wound up, and I'm not really feeling Kat's character. And yeah, she's real bougie, she's a virgin. Not to say ain't nothing wrong with that, but you know, she might need to go and release, because she's too hype. She too stuck, you know, she tight, you know. She 20-something year old bougie chick. Like, you need a couple more dates or something. But yeah, it's just messy. And Yellow Jackets, I just hope soon somebody gonna come get them out this day, the fucking wilderness. Because if they kill one more person, damn. Like, I mean, how many gonna make it back? And then you do know that they do come back, because they do show that, obviously, where I'm telling you, it's backstory from when they were younger and trying to make it through the wilderness in the woods to get back home. It's just the fact that how many of them actually makes it back home, because they're on survival mode. So, you know, people are either dying or they're killing them, and then they're having barbecues with the teammates, which is the main course. So I think it's really quite interesting. I like the show. Like I said, I love the actress. Shout out to Christina Ricci. She's in this shit. You know, what other creepy and you kooky, mysterious and spooky, what other character would you want? Come on, she was Wednesday Addams, the original, not from the black and white TV show, but saying, like, you know, when they started doing the movies, that's Christina. Yes. Ricci. Come on, Juliette Lewis, also nice cast. So if you haven't watched it or finished it, take another spin the block on it, go back, check it out, because I think, honestly, I think you'll like it if you give it a try. Just honestly give it a try, and you know, get with it, because I like it. Anyway, that's it. Thank you for tuning in. Leave your feedbacks, comments, follow, like, share, subscribe to the channel. I'll be back with some more shit. I'm going to do this once a week, like I do my afternoon thoughts on a random. It's fucking shame you can't get the other show. I can't get my K Rene show together like on a regular No, I can. I'm actually doing real good with that. So let me stop doing that to myself. But other than that, thanks for tuning in. I appreciate y'all. Have a good week. Spring is here, but it's not really feeling like it. All right. Peace. Bye.